Hi guys, it's the Island Girl and I'm back with another one for you today. And today I'm reacting to how just living in Europe made me healthy. All right, and I'm getting this one from Dave in Portugal. So we're going to get right into this one. So how living in Europe made me healthy. So come on in, right back with a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular schmeglers, day one, sweetie pie, sweetie poos, come on in, right back. Put a smile on your face and enjoy this reaction with the Island Girl. Let's get into this video. Here we go now.
Did just living in Europe help me get into better shape? The results may surprise you.
Okay.
I'm not proud to show this photo, but like many Americans during the pandemic, I ate all of my favorite comfort foods and enjoyed many nooner beers, which means having a beer at noon. So about 8 months ago, I made a video about how on average, Americans are much more obese than Europeans. And I vowed in that video to eat a primarily healthy vegan diet, quit drinking beer, and exercise as much as I could. And then I would show you guys the results in 6 months.
Okay.
But I have to be honest, when I arrived to Europe, I didn't stick to any of these things. I drank copious amounts of wine and beer and ate all of the delicacies in the different countries that I had visited. Okay. I wasn't just gonna pass up on the pain au chocolat in Paris or the duck and dumplings in Prague. Are you crazy? I mean, could you blame me? In Europe, 15% of Europeans are obese, whereas in the United States, 36% of Americans are obese. That is a massive number difference. Is it because the food in Europe is much more high quality and doesn't have things like additive fillers, GMOs, and chemicals? Is it contributed to the amount of coffee and cigarettes Europeans consume? Is it attributed to the amount of walking that Europeans do that Americans don't? Turns out it's a combination of all of these. The United States food industry is more about quantity than quality. They add many preservatives and fillers to make it cheaper and last longer. Yep. I had a friend from the United States that had Crohn's disease, and when he ate bread in the United States, he had massive medical issues. But when he came to Europe, he could eat as much gluten and bread as he wanted to.
Crazy.
What's the deal with that?
Guys, I gotta be honest with you. It is so sad that that's how it is here for real in the US. It is quantity over quality. And like he said, a lot of additives because they have to stay on the shelf longer. They have to be cheaper. And not only that, you consume more. So the less exercise, not healthy food, everything you can think of that is on the wrong side. It's all here. So I can see where he's coming from with this. It is sad. Can you imagine not able to eat bread here, but once you leave the States? Well, I did a video. Bread is bread outside of the US. Put it that way. Bread is bread. Not what US have is not bread.
There are massive aisles of cereals that are just made up of corn and sugar. Yep. Absolutely baffles me. There was a point in time where the marketing in the United States said that cereals were a healthy breakfast. Now, in more recent times, you've had these organic grocery stores showing up all over the United States. Yep. But it costs a premium to shop at places like Whole Foods or Erewhon. And you pretty much have to be rich to be super healthy in the United States. Whereas Europe has been doing this kind of food forever. And even Mexico has been doing farm to table forever. And I also think it is the culture as well, where people in the United States choose the easier, faster option. It's such a fast-paced life in the United States that sometimes it's easier just to go through a drive-through. Now, there are fast food drive-thrus in Europe, but most people choose different, healthier options and eat fast food in moderation. And the fast food in Europe is much smaller portioned than the ones in the United States. But there's no doubt that when I'm in Europe, I walk so much more than I do in the United States. And I think this is by design. During the automotive boom in the early 20th century, many deals were done to invest heavily into highways instead of trains. And that's how America became such a car-centric culture. And I do think this contributes to Europeans walking a lot more on average than Americans. So after living in Europe for a little over a year, how did it affect me personally? Now, it's important to highlight that I lived in Southern Europe, Portugal to be exact. It is very sunny here and easy to get outside and easy to take walks and hikes and bike rides and go surfing than it is in some other European countries. And for some magical reason, I have no idea how, my body has gone through a transformation. Without really keeping track of my weight or really paying any attention, one day I decided to take a photo in a dressing room and see how it compared with an earlier photo of me. And the results were shocking.
Wow. Oh. Okay now.
And what was most interesting is when I went to the doctor. Now, before I had left the United States, I had taken a blood test that showed that my cholesterol levels were elevated. But fast forward 8 months into living in Europe, and I took another blood test, and my cholesterols had lowered, and not even lowered to normal, but lowered to optimal. So what was it exactly that made me so much more healthy? Was it the real food that didn't contain all of these additives, GMOs, and chemicals? Was it that I was living a less stressful life and living in a more slow-paced environment where my cortisol levels weren't so high? Was it that I was walking and moving a lot more than I was in the United States? It could be all of these factors, but one thing I do know for sure is I'm not mad about it. Now, I'm not claiming that if you move to Europe, you will magically lose all of this weight and be super healthy. But for some strange reason, this has been the case for me. And I kind of don't even know how it happened. But if you want to see more content about living in Europe and Portugal specifically, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button because I will be posting content on this channel every single week.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. When he started talking and describing the difference between the US and Europe where he's at, it's obvious. It's 100% obvious. Everything that he said, yeah, the walking, the food, the environment, it all contributes to your body weight. I honestly believe that 100%. Like he said, you gotta be rich. You gotta be rich to enjoy healthy food, quality food, organic food. And the messed up part about it is that here in the US, when they tell you organic and you go into the regular supermarket, it's not organic. It is not organic. And to go to those whole food stores, you're paying an arm and a leg. It's like the price triple, flipple to get that food to eat. So then, like he said, a lot of people drive through fast food, and the quantity indeed is much large. It's a larger portion, and not a lot of people walk here. You understand? You have trails here. You have so many things, and I'm guilty of it as well. I jump in my car and I go instead of walk down the street. I'm like, okay, let's go. We're in the car going places. You understand me? So I'm guilty of one of that. I'm not. When it comes on to the fast food, I'm not a fan of it. But I see how obesity comes in, especially here. It's so easy. I've gained so much weight in here, it's not even funny. But it all boils down to intake and our choices as well. You understand? And like you said, the cereal you used to hear, oh, this cereal is healthy. This, now you're here, don't touch that one, it's not healthy. Oh, this one, no, we don't approve. That is a corn syrup. Sugar, a million cereal and strictly sugar. I can yap on and on and on and on and whatever they push into these meats and none of it is healthy. You might as well go pick grass and eat it. It's the Island Girl and I'm running out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Rock back, relax, and continue to enjoy love. Continue to enjoy life. Love each other. Be good. Be safe. Catch you in another one, guys. Bye.